some days I plan to talk about different things, but lately it's like, I don't know, things are so crazy now, and it's happening so fast. So many things are happening. It's like, I don't know, does anybody really need a deep dive on Rosicrucianism? I mean, I don't know. You know, I started this a year ago doing mostly esoteric knowledge stuff and reporting what was happening with me and my sort of spiritual awakening, I guess you call it, over the past 5 or so years, and just the weird shit that was happening. In the hopes that maybe others had similar experiences, and they did, and I got to meet a lot of people that over the past year doing this that have been really cool. But yeah, things are just so fucked up now that it's like I feel like maybe the way to go is to just react, because it seems like every day there's something else, you know. But I think any day is a good day to make the opposing force, the away team, the bad guys, to make them nervous. Make the smooth-handed piano player do something the smooth-handed piano player would be unhappy with. So that's what we're going to do. Today we are going to put on the armor of God. Now you hear that term a lot. You hear that saying a lot, put on the full armor of God, but what does that really mean? You know, what does that mean? I guess as allegory, or it would mean to prepare yourself for something. Oh, I can't smoke on the park. Goodbye. Yeah, but here's the thing you want to do. And this is, it sounds like really schizo, of course, you know, but this is the thing to do. I'm letting you know. What you want to do is you want to imagine yourself putting on the armor of God, putting on your spiritual armor, and this is going to require imagination. And I think if you're here and you've been here before or are in tune with any of the stuff I say, you have imagination, you have divinity. And no one who doesn't would spend the time, you know, they're already gone. So what you want to do is you want to imagine putting on a suit of armor, like and it could be any kind you want, any style you want, any aesthetic, any color. Mine that I've imagined for myself is like a pearlescent kind of color, like you can almost see through it. It's almost see-through, like crystal, but the crystal's cloudy. I guess it sort of looks like meth. I have meth god armor. I don't know. That's just how it came out in my mind. You know, that's kind of funny. I just put that together. But the so what I did, and I was doing this one night. I've done it a couple times to try to get it better. And you don't have to meditate to do this. Is kind of fucking daydream this shit. You can do this shit anytime, and you should, because it's good practice. Imagine all the pieces, like in your wherever you are in your mind. You're just sitting wherever. You could be sitting down or standing up in your mind. I mean, and you get your pieces laying out there. You have your epaulets, you have the gloves, you have like the collar, however you want to design it, you know, however you want it. But it's got to have, you know, several pieces. You got to put this together because you have to put it on. I mean, you could, you know, I don't know, whatever you want to do. If you want to just jump in a mech suit, that's cool too. But I think adding the pieces to it helps visualize it to you and make it more substantial. So what you do is you just envision these pieces and just slowly put them on, you know, any way you want. I started with the epaulets myself, and then got into the boots. And as you're putting it on, just imagine it going on your body, like covering up your body. Like think of what you want to do is you want to kind of think of every part of your body at one point or another. Like You want to cover every part in your mind. The order doesn't matter. However you do it, just make sure you get every part. You don't want anything exposed, you know. So get your boots on, get your, you know, girdle, if you want to call it that. I'm thinking of the thing that goes over your waist part there. And just put it on. Imagine how it looks though. You can always change it. I haven't really done a lot of changes to mine. I think I got it right the first time. But you can, you know, it can be a process. But just for now, what you want to get used to is the idea of covering your body. It doesn't really matter. But the more you can, if you can now or over time, the more you can picture it as a real thing in your mind, as detailed as possible, the better it is. So mine, like, I feel like the armor itself, the see-through kind of cloudy armor, it's like opaque glass sort of, but it's shiny. Like it all glows. You know, it all glows. Like most of the right-wing talking guys on mine, they'll glow. So you put this on. I'd say left wing too, but I don't think there are any. I don't think anybody listens to them. So you put this stuff on in your mind. Cover every part of you. As far as weapons, you can do what you want. I have a shield. It's a shield, but it's pointing at the bottom. So that if worse comes to worse, you know, I could go up under the chin. Or whatever you want to do, however you would take someone out. Because you may be fighting in this shit, you know? You may be fighting in it, but it's not going to be people. It's not going to be like this type of thing. It'll be, the action will be happening somewhere else, you know? In the ether. These things, when you use thought forms, the idea is, and this is even in, you know, different kinds of magic and stuff, you want to envision that in your mind as good as you can, you know. See, the thing is, if I go in front of this guy, then he'll decide he wants to go. You got to be very careful with people here. They're all in a trance. So you put this on, and you kind of envision yourself with it on, like just kind of how it would feel on you, the weight of it. All those kind of details are important, you know. The longer you think about it, the more you think about it, the more you put into it. Well, that's what I was just saying that I just forgot about while that guy threw me out. The more you can visualize it in the ether, the more of an effect it's going to have here on the 3D in this area we're in. Like I was saying the other day, the way it works is you can't like picture a pile of money and just kind of manifest a pile of money. You can imagine an action in the ether or the area you can't see, and that action will have an effect on the screen, meaning this thing here. That's kind of how it works. It's not so much that you can manifest physical things out of nowhere. Physical things can manifest as a product of the action that you're using, the ether creation being applied onto this thing here. I get fucking scrambled in my brain when I have too many people around me. I just start like, because the fucking security cameras go on. Oh, the security radar goes on in my head, and I start like trying to assess. I do threat assessment in real time as I'm walking, because it's fucking, dude, you know. You never know. I had some crazy things happen to me. You know, you don't want to be like anxiety ridden all the time, but you have to have your fucking, you know, you have to have your security on. You gotta have it turned on. But anyway, yeah, the more you can picture something, the more you can imagine something in the ether, that thing is going to have an effect here. In like a suit of armor, the armor of God, by putting it on in the ether and having it as detailed in your mind as you can in the ether, that will protect you here. That will protect you here from, I would imagine, demonic entities, things like that. You know, the stuff that it protects you from sin, you know, just abstract concepts, but it'll also protect you from things that are trying to attack you in the ether. Because that's how demons, like, they can't take form here. They have to be in people's bodies in order to communicate with you. But they can still do stuff in the ether to try to have an effect on you. Because this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. But their method, their way of doing this shit is not even close to as good as ours is. It's just a copy of ours. It's just a horrible imitation of our regular ability to do this kind of thing. So, and that's where you're going to be fighting them the most, in that area. It's not going to happen here. You know, these are two separate worlds. Whether it's layered on top of this one in some way, it's a frequency thing. You don't see it. You can see things in photographs. You can see these entities in photographs and film. You know, you can catch a glimpse of them, but there's not going to be a physical action here. I think that's right. I think I got that down. I got a couple of brain distractions, but yeah, I think the thing with people, right? It's like, it's not even a lot of people. It's just sometimes if you get close to a person, well, for me anyway, you kind of feel like their mood, or not their mood, or their intention, I don't know, but they give off something. You know, they give off something, and sometimes it's like I don't know if it's the threat assessment computer, but something has to kind of run them through it while, you know, in real time. It's so, sometimes I'll walk by people and I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's not about the amount of people, it's about, you know, what's going on with the people. I went through, doing a video, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I walked through the fucking bus stop, and for some reason, like, I don't know, there's something, the people that were there or something, I had like a fucking aneurysm. I couldn't talk for like fucking 2 full minutes of going, yeah, I'm just sensitive to that shit, man. I can't take the bus anymore because of it. Which is too bad, because the bus here, like, take you anywhere, you know, and there's constant, public transportation here is the best in any city I've ever seen. The only thing is, if you're on the bus, right, you stop at like every fucking street. So if you got the time, you know, fucking ride the bus. Some guys are fast. Like, if they don't see anyone at the stop sign at the fucking bus stop, the drivers will blast past it. Some of them are really good. Some of these drivers are really good. But, yeah, do that armor of God exercise and just put it all on. It sounds, yeah, I know it sounds retarded, but whatever, just fucking do it, dude. Trust me. Just you want to get in the habit of doing this kind of stuff, because it's what you can do. It's your main thing. It's just it hasn't been explained to us. You know, everything around us has tried to keep us from thinking about what we really are, what we can really do. Everything's engineered so that we don't think about this kind of thing. What do I do here? See, I don't know if I can go on the street. Yeah, I guess I have to go around here.
Thank you.
Excuse me? Yeah, it's around here. It's like the I'm not gonna do old man complaining thing, but there's like one ways, right? And there's not a lot of space. The sidewalks are small, but people just don't give a fuck about anything. It's kind of weird. It's like they'll just drive right up on the sidewalk, motorcycle, whatever. You know, they don't give a fuck. So, I mean, if worse comes to worse, I'll walk over their car. I don't give a shit. I'm not fucking walking into the street for anybody. Fuck that. And then I'll fucking deal with the consequences, whatever the fallout is from that. Be it my glass face. I know how to get knocked out. It's happened a lot. And one more time is not going to bother me. That's not what my doctor says, though. He says if I have another concussion, I could die. But death isn't real, so it doesn't matter. I mean, there's no death. It's a meme. It's a scam. I got to circle back to that someday too, because that's a really interesting thing. And once you figure that out, and you understand it, and really understand it, and accept it, it makes life so much better. You just don't. You're like, it's not that you don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck about the right things. You know, it like all the fear. The fear just goes away. It just evaporates. It's pretty interesting. I gotta circle back to a lot of stuff, actually. The blue beam thing, I gotta do another one of those. Talk about my blue beam experience here. But yeah, for now, armor of God, just practice it in your head. Just do it. I know it sounds ridiculous, but no one's looking. Don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.